Hey everybody, welcome back to Jeff's Kitchen. I have two recipes for you today. Um, so I saw a great recipe on Forks Over Knives, which I always trust their recipes, um, for zucchini potato pancakes. Now I love potato pancakes and it's zucchini season, plenty in the garden. So I thought I want to try that. And it had oat flour in it. And so I thought, why not do my banana oat pancakes too? And I'll show you guys how easy that is. There's going to be several steps on this. Not difficult by any means, but I'm going to have to wash this up twice, so I'll just pause you in between. So the first, make sure we're still going here. So the first thing that we're gonna do here is I've got oats in the food processor and I need them for both recipes. It's actually going to turn into oat flour. So I've got to do this so it'll be really loud. So hold on one sec. All right, so what happens here when you just put these through the food processor, it turns into an oat flour basically. I don't think I can get that in there. But the banana oat pancake recipe I make in the food processor, and then this other recipe you grate the vegetables and the food processor I'll grate them as well. So I'll just throw the flour that I need. This one, yeah, I should have just used a spoon. All right, so on the banana oat pancakes, it's super easy. It's 2 teaspoons of baking powder and about a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's 2 medium ripe bananas. I had a bunch of bananas frozen because I have a little machine called a Yonanis that makes a frozen dessert. So they look nasty, but they're fine. They were fresh frozen in there. And then I use a cup and a half of flax milk. I use this Good Karma brand that I love. You can get it pretty much anywhere and it's fairly cheap. The reason that I use this over like some other type of a nut milk is it's this might be a little too much for that. The reason why I use flax milk is because it's unsweetened and it's very creamy. So I mean, it just has a really nice consistency if you've never used it. So we're going to mix this up. So these pancakes, when you cook them, take, oh, a good 10 minutes almost to cook. Maybe not quite that long, but you've got to have a good non-stick pan if you want to do it without any oil and without any junk in it. And you've got to just take your time with them. You just turn it on, 4.5, 5, and you let them in there, put them in there, let them brown, leave it alone. Now this batter does need to sit in here for about 10 minutes. So, and I need the food processor for the next recipe. So we're gonna just put you on hold for a second, and we'll get back to cooking in a second. All right, so now I have this nice batter ready to go. The pan is hot, so I just use a quarter cup. Probably don't use quite a full quarter cup in this pan because it's small. It's just a little hot. And note, you can add, a sweetener like a brown rice syrup or something to your actual pancake, but I don't think it's necessary because a lot of people, bananas are sweetened. A lot of people use syrup on there. So, all right, so we can get started on processing this. I moved this over so you can really see what I'm doing. I'm gonna loosen this up. All right, so we've got the equivalent of about two russet potatoes. The recipe calls for a half a cup of yellow onion, but I have a ton of green onion that I need to get used up. It calls for 1 large zucchini. It calls for oat flour, which we already made, and baking powder and black pepper. So that's already in here. So all I'm going to do is get these vegetables processed and shredded. Oops, let's take that out. I have to take a couple of these off of here. Make sure we don't have chunks. That's beautiful, shredded potato, shredded zucchini. I think that's enough potato. I think for the onion, well, I'm gonna just try the recipe, so we'll just get these ready to go in there as well. Okay. There we go. sure we're still moving here. I think I'm going to opt for the rest of these to be processed by hand because this machine's getting pretty full. All right, so what we're going to do with this, a couple of these really long pieces out of here. What we're going to do with this is we're going to get this on a cloth. You can use paper towels if you prefer. And we're going to try and get all of the liquid out of it. Not all of the liquid, but a lot of it. Gotta flip my pancakes. So I'm just going to bring these pancakes over and show you how they're coming along. So if you make your batter too thick, they can be gluey, but because you're fully cooking, well, depending on the oats that you use, I use, not quick oats, but, Quaker oats. That's why you want to just cook this nice and slow. So they're not like gluey in the middle and whatever, and just take the time. So we're going to take the liquid out of this. So as much of it out as we can. Starting to feel pretty good. I'll grab a couple paper towels. Because it's a little wet down there. But I already have the flour in here that this called for. So don't want to add too much. And the rest of that green onion, I think that I'm just going to chop up and throw in there. I do love green onion in potato pancakes, so. All right, so we've got the flour in the bowl, and we're going to just hand mix this. You just got to get your hands in there and get it all mixed up. Making sure the video is still running there. A little bit of a messy project, but it's all right. Gonna pancakes. Needs another minute. And then I'll set those pancakes aside, the banana oat ones, and we can work on this. All right, give me 1 second. All right, so I have parchment paper here, and you're supposed to take about a half-cup ball, squeeze it fairly tight, and then squish it with your palms. Oh, and this is going to get baked at 425 for 12 minutes on each side. I think, though, depending on how fine you shred the potatoes, you might need more time than 12 minutes on each side. These should be good. I like the consistency of them. And it's always potato season, and since it's zucchini season, this is great. It's the oat flour that makes it stick together. That's why you don't have to put eggs in it. Take that chunk out of there. I don't think I squeezed that together enough. So you could smash these flat and you could make them smaller. I think that it's supposed to be like make about a dozen, but I'm making them pretty big here for my purposes. She did say half cup, and I'm doing a bit more than that on some of these. Always nice to get your hands dirty when you're cooking. I'm gonna pause you and go throw these in the oven. Why is it locked up here? Okay, everybody, here they are. So I'm going to bring you close in. Pancakes are perfect on these. So I would make them a little bit smaller and smash them real flat. They are cooked, but they could be crispier. They're just a little mushy in the middle. The edges are nice. I tasted this one, but you can see that it's just a little bit mushy, and that's the potato starch in it. So, they look good. They taste great. Um, Certainly edible, but I would just go a little longer. So, and that is about it on that recipe. So, as always, I'll drop both the links to the recipes in the video description. So you have those, and they'll be posted on the Ipsy Senior Center website. Hope everyone's staying healthy. Have a great day.